Okay guys, welcome back to another video, another classic racket review. This time we have got the Prince Graphite Mid Plus, legendary racket from the late 80s. It's actually nearly 10 years older than me. Wow, so it's an antique. But obviously this is, such an iconic racket from that time period. It's up there with the Pro Staff 85, with the Pro Staff 90 in terms of classic frames. So I'm actually really pumped that I managed to get my hands on one of these. It's actually a coach's that I know really well. He's been kind enough to lend it to me, trusting that I don't break it or scuff it. But yeah, really interested to see what this has got. The specs of this frame, obviously many of you know this racket really well already. It's a 93 square inch head, 14-18 string pattern, so pretty open. So I've looked it up online and it says it's about 330 grams unstrung, so around 340 strung, so very similar to the Pro Staff. It's a little bit head light as well, I've heard. Obviously don't know, haven't hit with it yet. But yeah, let's give it a go. So I'm just gonna tickle a few from the baseline and then hit some volleys, see what it's like, compare it to the 85 and then play some points. Let's do it. Obviously this is like a all graphite frame, so it is pretty stable. Straight away, definitely getting more shape on the ball than the 85. You can see that. It's a little bit easier to maneuver as well, I think. Oh God, if I can get it in the court. It's definitely got a bit more pop on it from that open string pattern. God, there's so much weight going through the ball, even though it doesn't feel heavy like when I pick it up, but then when you start swinging it, there's so much momentum going through it. It's actually wild. Like, I'd say it's a lot easier to play with than the 85 and the 90, almost straight off the bat. It's a little bit more forgiving. I think the stiffness rating of this racket is 65. I think the Pro Staff's around 68 or 70, the 85 and the 90. So it's a little bit softer. There's definitely a little bit more flex in the frame. So when I'm hitting the ball, it feels like there's a bit of a slight wobble to it, which isn't normally my favorite feeling in a racket. I normally like to, have a really stiff feeling racket, but this is actually quite nice. It's quite a change up. I just can't get over how thin the beams of these rackets are. Look at it. It's like a bloody pencil. Oh yeah. Oh, he's done me. Yeah, it's just so much weight going through the ball. It actually rewards you for keeping the swings kind of very full. I feel like that's the theme with these like older rackets. You can't kind of rip up the back as much. Even though this does give you more spin, you have to stay like longer through it at the same time. Kind of struggling to, really whip it around. You just kind of sails long a little bit. Whereas when I stay through it, almost like guide it, it's really effective. Whoa. Yeah, I'll tell you what is actually mad, and I wasn't expecting this, is the precision element. So obviously we know it's got a little bit of pop behind it from the more open string pattern, but my depth with this is a joke. Definitely more consistent from the baseline with this than I was with the 85. I can see at the time why this was such a popular racket. What are you playing at, Prince? What are you doing these days? I'm joking, I have actually got some Prince rackets to review, brand new ones. Here we go. yeah, I mean, I'm just peppering that baseline. It's actually a joke. You know, big differences between this and the 85. Sweet spot's bigger. The 85 is a little bit more, it feels a little bit more dense, like when you're going through the ball. Like it doesn't move as much, it's more stable, whereas this kind of wobbles a little bit. The 85 feels so nice when you middle it. Like you get rewarded so much by, you know, when you get the ball in the middle of the strings. Whereas this is like, the sweet spot's slightly bigger, but I don't feel like I get rewarded as much, if that makes sense. Like, it still feels nice, but the 85 is so sweet to hit with. It's so crisp. But then again, the feel of this is fantastic. So, especially from the baseline, I'm getting a lot of precision. Like, I'm able to hit the ball in the same spot the whole time. Whereas, obviously, the 85, like, you know, I was spraying a little bit more. It was a little bit more unforgiving. Like, whereas this, it kind of helps you out a little bit more, even though, you know, by no means is it a forgiving racket. You know, it is still difficult to play with. It's heavy, it's got small head size, and, you know, it is relatively stiff compared to like more modern rackets. But like I say, the feel is very nice. It's very kind of, you know, when you really manage to extend through the ball and you can have a nice long smooth swing, you know, it's very kind of crisp and clean to hit with. And you know, the shape of the ball is actually very satisfying because it's not that kind of heavy topspin shot. It's like a kind of smoother, flatter ball, but it's still got like a slight bit of shape on it. And that's what I feel like, you know, hitting with this racket. That's what I feel like my strengths are. Also, classic detail here. Look at the rubber band. Attention to detail. Here we go. Try and, yeah, it's actually so crisp for the one-hander as well. It's like really, oh yeah, really rewards you on that wing if you get things right. Not getting, like I say, I'm not getting loads of rip, but there's a lot of weight going through the ball. Look at the depth as well. I mean, the precision element of this racket is just crazy. I've just been peppering the baseline for the past 10 minutes. It is so easy to be accurate with this from the baseline. Look, the ball flight is just so easy to control. I think it's because of the mixture of having that 93 square inch head with a thinner beam. Then you've also got the open string pattern. So it's got this really nice dynamic of kind of precision feel, and then also a very nice bit of pop. Right, let's get into the net. Right, I'm gonna take this up to the net, see what it's got, see if I can make it work with me. I've also gone with some very old and rustic looking synthetic gut. I'm not actually sure what the synthetic gut is, but I know that it's been strung at 52 pounds, and it honestly feels like it's strung at about 58 pounds. It feels so tight in this frame. Obviously, smaller the head size, you know, you want kind of a little bit more, a little bit less tension to help you out. God. Pretty dreamy to volley with, actually. Wow, so much comfort. Oh God. Was not expecting that from this racket. Woo! Precision, comfort. God. So this is well on par with the Pro Staff 85 for feel and precision at the net. Oh, good ball. I'd say that it even competes with 90. I mean, might even be better than the 85 for volleys. It's so comfortable. As I said before in a previous video, volleys aren't really my strong point, so I want something that's going to help me out. And I feel like when I was getting it right with the 85, it felt a joke, but I wasn't getting it right very often, and that was the problem. Whereas this, I feel like is helping me out a little bit more, even though, like I say, it's probably not, you know, in many people's eyes, a better racket to volley with than the 85. It's, you know, for me, it's helping me out a lot more. It's so comfortable, actually. The flex is actually quite nice on the volley. Right, so I'm going to play a few points with this thing, see if I can get it to work for me like I did with the 85 and the 90. Oof. Probably not. It's weird, like I'm not getting as much pop on the serve. Obviously, you know, with the Groundstrokes, I was getting a little bit more pop, a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more spin, you know, than the 85. And, you know, this racket's strengths are obviously from the baseline a lot more. I also think there's an element of getting used to the racket as well. Obviously, I'm so used to the feeling of a pro staff, whether it's like a 90 or an 85 doesn't make too much difference, whereas this is a completely different racket. I think it just shows you how good that Pro Staff 85 is to serve with, and the Pro Staff 90. They were just like so clean, so kind of heavy without really trying. I've got to try a little bit harder with this. Like, don't think it's as much like a server's racket. But what were the list of players that used it? It was Michael Chang, I think, was rumored to use this one. I don't know if he used like a slightly different version, but apparently he used it, and Courier. Obviously they're more like baseline dominant players, so that would make sense. Right, should we play some points? Ah! That looked so athletic. There's definitely an element of, whenever I get into like a baseline rally, I feel like I can trust this a little bit more, but like getting ahead in the point is a little bit more difficult because my serve's not got as much pop. But hey, lucky. Finally, first serve. Vamos. But there's definitely like, you know, I think I'm trying a little bit too hard, not getting as much from the racket. My shoulder's like struggling on the serve a little bit. Like you know, I've been playing a few games now, my starting to get like sore, which I wasn't getting with the 85 as much. Hey. Hey. Look really good if I made that. Quite a solid racket. I'd say the strengths of this racket are, you know, definitely more from the baseline, and the return of serve is pretty sweet. That's the one. Just been told by my hitting partner that the ball that I'm hitting is heavier than the Pro Staff 85 from the ground and the Pro Staff 90, which is very interesting. Sweet. So guys, massive thank you for tuning in again. Really appreciate your support on the channel, and I'm actually really enjoying these classic racket reviews, and I think that I'm gonna, you know, carry on doing them, bring some more classic rackets in. So if you guys have got any suggestions of what I should try, even if you want me to put some rackets up against each other, then I'm more than happy to do that as well. But as ever, like and subscribe, send it to your mates. I'll see you next time.